4/12/2020. Beautiful day, beautiful energy, beautiful vibration. I've never seen the ocean this calm yet since I've been here. There's almost no swell, no waves. It's very calm. Beautiful. Oh, it's glitching. So 2 nights ago, I was lying in my tent, and I heard this sound that it didn't sound familiar, as in like, oh, I could place what that is, but it didn't sound alarming. But it did pique my curiosity. It definitely grabbed my attention. And then it shifted to a different sound soon after. And I thought to myself, wouldn't that be funny if that was a UFO? Because it sounds like a sound that, I don't know, could sound like a UFO. And then I was like, oh, this island's very magical, and, you know, thoughts and manifestations really do come true here. I better, you know, be aware of what I'm manifesting and thinking. Because wouldn't that be wild if I could, like, by, you know, feeling and believing that sound was a UFO, that it really was. And then I thought, oh, I don't know, like, isn't that be wild for someone to be able to manifest something like that, and then, like, it really be true, and it would be seen by everyone else. And anyway, so I just kind of dropped the thought after that. And then I talked to my friend CH not too long after, and he was telling me that they saw a UFO over the water about the same time that I had heard it, and I could tell, like, which direction it was coming from. Even just lying there, I could, like, see it in my head, like, envision where the sound was coming from, and that's where they said that they saw it. So I was like, whoa, wild. Apparently that's very common to see a lot of things like that around here, and I don't know, I think that it's not super far off to think that we are more than just humans, you know, that we've had past lives and past experiences, and some would be on this planet and some would not. There's a lot of planets and galaxies and things out there, and, you know, I'm a curious soul. I could see myself not staying in one area the whole entire time, so I think there's definitely a mixture of some experiences and past lives, and that including, you know, of not from Earth. So it doesn't really surprise me or shock me whatsoever if I hear or see anything along the lines of that. And there's, you know, quite a few different, you know, talks going around right now about Palladians and reptilians and blue avians and, you know, different star seeds and galactic families and things like that. So anywho, I wanted to give the little UFO update and then say happy Easter. It's so calm here, it's so quiet, the energy is really settled, really honestly ever since 4/4. Like, the peak was 4/3 at night, like around 11 or so. It was just like, wah! And then 4/4 after the global meditation and the portal and everything like that, it really just has stayed so calm and chill. And I at least personally, for myself and seeing it in the environment around me, yeah, it's really beautiful. Just, there's not really, like, a lot of chaos, there's not a lot of fighting, there's not a lot of bickering or, you know, anything like that. So theft has gone down, and domestic violence, and all that's gone down. So yeah, it's been really interesting to watch and feel the differences going on around here. And we also got some good news today that that we are assured safety here at this location during the pandemic. So whenever they say that it's over, you know, we'll see what happens then. We're working on a post plan right now, but at least until then, they've assured that we can stay here, which they haven't assured us yet. So really, at any given time, they kept threatening that you know, that if we don't control the graffiti, if we don't, you know, basically keep up on every single person that's here, that they could have us, like, kicked out or thrown out. And that really makes people on edge, you know, and it kind of turning people against each other, because they're like, hey man, you know, you got to stop fucking this up for the rest of us, pretty much. Sorry, pardon my language. It's what I'm around right now. And So anyways, so the fact that we got this safety changes a lot of things, and we're going to have more meetings and just talk about common decency and common sense and more ways to respect your neighbors. And we're also going to be doing a piece for the media here and for the city that I'm working on with the head gal Pua, also possibly starting a station for it. But we want to really get the topics that have been kind of skipped over around here. There's a lot of very just mind-boggling facts that are constantly brought up that I'm like, wow, how has this gone on for so long this way, and how is it that people could treat other people this way? So, it's definitely one thing hearing about it and just reading it on a page of a screen or something, but it's so much different than getting to feel it firsthand and hear so many stories and experiences that are related to this. And this, I'm just dipping my toes into. These are issues that people have been dealing with for years and decades, and on way more wild topics and issues than this. I mean, this is obviously a big deal. I'm not downsizing it. I'm just saying that, that this is just part of what they've been up against. But I really feel like the tides are changing. The energy has shifted. There's more help and assistance here than I think ever before. People are really waking up and becoming more aware, and that really makes a big difference in, the conscious collective and how we do things. And, Pooh was talking about how things didn't go the way that they were hoping they would in the past, but I can't help but to feel like, yeah, that's the past. That's a different energy. Those are different people. Those are different times. So much has changed, especially with the COVID, so it's a whole new ball game for me. It's a whole new playing field. Everything was kind of wiped clear, and we're starting over fresh. And I'm for myself at least, bringing to the table and maintaining solidly faith and optimism and positivity and some fresh perspectives that I think can really do a lot of good and create a lot of change. And I have some really beautiful souls, power players in their own position that are ready to do this together. So, before we were either trying to do it by ourselves or something wasn't quite ready yet, but now I believe that things are ready and we have all the people that we need to have this move forward. And yeah, anyways, I'm really excited about it, and I'll definitely be sharing more about the story and the piece and the interviews and things like that. And there's some stuff that we could still really use down here. We're going to be reaching out to the community to see about getting that set up, but I'm also going to be setting up a website with a friend, a GoFundMe page, Facebook page, Instagram page for this community, and we're going to do more live updates and post some interviews, and just kind of it's really, it's technically for the community in this area, but gosh, anybody who wants to be clued in on, I don't know, what's going on. There's tons of these stories anywhere that you look, just not all of them are being shared. And I think that having an interest in what's going on in other places of the world really helps us, stay open-minded and expands our consciousness and our perspective and our whole perception of the world, really. So I feel like, when I started veering away less from regular TV shows and reality shows and kind of started going more towards like TED Talks and tutorials and blogs and podcasts, having to do with things that I didn't ever know about before, and helping me see and hear things in a new way, that made a huge difference in my life. So I'm putting this out there to share what's going on and keep the community updated and informed, because they're very much misinformed, which is leading a lot of people to start jumping to conclusions that they really never needed to go there and don't really hold much validity. So this is going to kind of help straighten out some things and make sure that more than one side gets heard. So anybody who's interested in following that, I will keep you all posted on how that evolves. Okay, well, again, happy Easter, And I'm sending love and blessings and light to all of you, every single one of you, the whole world. All right. Peace and love. Aloha.